I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Cold Days, Colder Nights. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. We've had this past week, the first week that I would call fall. Now I know it's been fall on the calendar for a little bit now, but this was the first week where it really felt cold, where the air and the sunlight were different than they were during the summer. The days are now noticeably shorter. I'm surprised by how quickly it gets dark outside. I'm also surprised by how long it takes to get warm-ish in the morning. And of course, it'll only get worse. As you move from fall to winter, the days will continue to get colder. The nights will get colder still. And there's not going to be much respite until spring and finally summer arrive. It's just going to be cold and dark. That's the reality. And we can choose to be disappointed, to be sad and depressed about this coldness, this dark reality, or we can accept that sometimes the darkness is inescapable. Sometimes life is just cold, unpleasant, dare I say miserable from time to time. And this is something that we as Buddhists just have to learn to accept. Now, when I say accept, I don't mean we sit down on a log and just shiver. Rather, I mean we accept the reality of the situation and then we take appropriate action to make it better. Cold days and cold nights mean that sometimes we turn on the space heater to warm up a bit. It means we might have to get up a little bit earlier to brush the snow off our car. That maybe we'll have to dress a little bit warmer when we go outside. No more t-shirts and shorts for a while. And we do this not because we're unhappy, not because we're weak and we're not tough enough to deal with the cold. Rather, we deal with it in this way because that is the wise solution to the problem. Sometimes we make the mistake as spiritual people as to think that we're not supposed to try to fix things when they're unpleasant. But the actual lesson of Buddhism is that we should use our wisdom and discernment to fix things in a way that ends suffering for ourselves and others without making things unnecessarily difficult. So if we have a problem, we work to make things better and not make things worse. Simple enough to say, but hard to put into practice. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in what's happening in the moment that we make bad decisions, or worse yet, we make no decisions at all. It's cold in our bedroom, and instead of putting an extra blanket on the bed, we just sit in the dark and shiver. But if we can learn to accept that cold days are part of life, and that we can make our cold nights a little bit warmer by making good decisions, well, life will be just a little bit better for ourselves and others until the warmer days arrive. Amitabha.